Evening, guys. Guys, like I said earlier, it's the most in-shape team we've had in a long time, right? The expectations for us shouldn't be just the division. It's got to be the Super Bowl. We won the division the last 2 years. We saw how good we were last year. We can't take none of it with us. Our expectations has got to be how we can be great. And positionally, I'll go over it for you. Offensive line, it's the most continuity we've had since the Super Bowl. Still got to work some kinks out, but the only way you guys can be great is to work with each other. You work with each other. We're not going to get out tough by nobody. We don't want to miss blocks. Make them make a great play. But we got size, we got athleticism, you got intelligence, and you got toughness. There's no reason for us to fail there. Quarterback, Bake, you run the show. It's your team. You get to be the eyes and ears of Liam. You checking out. You got athletes everywhere. Give them the ball, let them go. That's what they get paid for. Give them the ball, let them go. Make the smart decisions, get us in the right set, and we can go. Running backs, make the yards they give you, take the yards they don't, right? Take care of the football. You got to be jack of all trades. You got to run, you got to catch, you got to block. We got hella fire receivers. You're going to be open. You're going to be open, right? You got to know, but you got to block too, right? You got to block. Tight ends, some of you got bigger guys to block. Defensive ends, some even bigger outside backers. Positioning is going to be everything. Get attached and don't get thrown off. If you get thrown off, make sure the hole is where you need it to be. We got to be smart, right? We got to be smart. D-line, probably the most athletic we've been. Defensively as a whole, probably the fastest we've been in a couple years. Probably the fastest. Hard to say who's the slowest guy. It ain't Vita. I'll give you the name tomorrow, but it ain't Vita. I can tell you that much. But it should be 11 guys in the frame every time going to the football. If we get outside runs, screens, anything like that, we should be A to B right now. Got to read our keys, and all that's taken care of. I understand that. Got to read our keys. Corners, safeties, backers, even defense outside backers, turnovers. Sacks aren't good enough. You got to sack them and get the ball out. Got to sack them and get the ball out. We got to defend every blade of grass. Special teams, two things that we cannot do. Put the ball on the ground and get a pump block. That's number one pet peeve. Put the ball on the ground, get a pump block. And the second thing or the third thing, we can't let a ball get run back on us. If we take care of those three things, we can be good in the kicking game. We get a return of our own. Now, we're not the Tampa Bay Bucks yet. It's a lot of people in this room. A lot of competition, right? Every spot, almost every spot. Again, I've said this in the past. It's not the best 53. It's the right 53. It's the right 53. So you got to fit what we're trying to do. You got to earn your keep as a starter, as a backup, as a practice squad guy. Even if you're injured, you got to earn your spot, guys. We see what we see. As coaches, we make decisions on what you show us. Our jobs can be hard or they can be easy as hell. They can be easy as hell. Injuries happen, unfortunate, but be where you're supposed to be, guys. We treat you like, man, it's a hell of a setup. You can go anywhere in the league, you ain't gonna get a setup like this. But you gotta carry your own weight, right? We got a lot of work to do. But what we expect from ourselves, we don't wanna have up and down. We play a lot of great teams this year. Every team we play all the championship teams, all 4 of them. We play the Super Bowl teams. That's great for us because we want to be great. You can't get to the playoffs without being great. So the expectations got to be high. So no matter who we got to play against ourselves, guys. The only way you can be great is to help that guy next to you and talk to that guy next to you. If you communicate with him, football is 11 on 11. Mike can't make a deep ball catch if we can't block for the quarterback, right? Everybody's got to carry out his assignment. Everybody's not going to be a star on every play, but everybody can contribute and give an assist. And that comes from selflessness. It's selfish when you're out there by yourself. It's selfless when you got somebody with you. Take somebody with you every day. We're going to do a hell of a job as coaches trying to get you in the right spot. We don't do everything right. We will make a mistake, as will you. It's that we learn from it, we grow from it, and we move on. That's how we're going to win ball games. We've been in some hostile environments. We will be this year. And there'll be some people coming here. First game we got is at home at 425. We hadn't had one of those in a long time. It's going to be hot. The mental toughness, right? You fighting the opposition, you fighting the weather, and then you got to stay healthy and take care of yourself. That's number one. That's number one. And by the end of this camp, we should be gelling right to where we need to be. Right to where we need to be. Now, we're not going to start over from OTAs and minicamp. We should have some carryover, right? We'll go back to basics, but there should be some carryover mentally when we're doing the install. We should be pretty sharp coming out there tomorrow as not going back to the building blocks. Now, as we go forward, everybody's going to get reps. Things will get harder. The weather's going to be hot. Make sure you hydrate, take care of yourselves, weigh in like Jess said, get stretched out. We got a long journey, but I have no doubt if we do everything we're supposed to do, we'll be in contention for the Super Bowl. But that's a long way away. It's a building block to get to that, guys. But you got to believe that. You can't show up. I don't want nobody trying to make the team. Make the team just means you're trying to get over. I'd rather cut you and have somebody that's busting their ass than for you to just make the team. You got to want to be something on this team. You got to want to be something on this team, and that's what I'm looking for. We can get that done, we're going to have a hell of a team. We're off to a good start. We just got to get started tomorrow. Break it up.